Hello, everybody. We are doing a full moon in Sagittarius, June 3rd reading. All right, so we will start from Sagittarius and go down up the zodiac. Let's do a little bit of a collective here. Okay, Sagittarius, it is a fire sign energy, and this is also important to probably review your moon sign. I'm doing basically sun sign, moon sign, and especially if you have a lot of Sagittarius or stellium in that, where they are in your chart would probably make a lot of sense, though this is an intuitive reading. The collective here, what I see, number one, it is an optimistic type of new moon. No matter what happens, we think things are going to get better. They may not, but there is the optimism and the positive thinking that does help. We want to do better, okay? The thing that I'm seeing here is it could cause some kind of unnecessary stress, worry, lack of sleep, because you could be overthinking things. So, and also it can trigger some kind of, it's important to look at the health and build your immune system, I want to say. So that's another thing I'm seeing here. Beginning rest and overthinking things. That's another problem, which could keep us up at nights, okay? Maybe we're looking at regrets at times, but then again, we're thinking, okay, now we can do this better. So there is an optimistic sense to this. Impatience is a problem here too. I do see here there's high creativity. Communication is big. So communicating clearly is going to be important. I do think it's a time to pause and surrender, let go of something as well. There is a new perspective that is coming through. We do have some enlightenment, or a wake-up call could happen. Viewing things differently than we did before and gaining deeper insight. Sometimes we are sacrificing something to get something here too. So I do feel that energy. There is change, but we have a strong release. It is a full moon. The only caution I see here is don't assume anything without knowing the facts and figures. Could be dealing with some kind of unresolved karma. Gossip could be a problem too. So there is a sense of rebirth, but the impatience here is a problem. We come to some kind of impasse, slow to change at times. So we could be a little bit resistant or strong-willed here. So definitely seeing that kind of energy. Maybe we have something heavy on our minds where we're kind of scared to do it deep down and we don't understand why. So I do see that stillness as well. I do see keyword definitely is to communicate, compromise, forgive, work things out. There is a solution to everything with communication. So that is a very important message there too. And I do feel some important information may come through, truths being revealed, and even a secret may come out. Okay. So that is definitely what we're seeing there for the collective. All right. So now we are going to start with Sagittarius. Sagittarius, there is a focus of love, money, desires, and they could be a redirection. The stone is in reverse here. You do have new beginnings. Okay, this is a fertile time. This could be also addition to the family, pregnancy, hearing of once. So we do see that kind of energy. What I am seeing, number one, is Sagittarius definitely will start recalibrating. Okay, this can be with your finances and work. There is a sense of you're either sick of it, want to change things around, looking where to invest in the future, and recalibrating where you put your time, money, and energy in. So there can be some kind of offers, and you do have the creative abilities to kind of make adjustments with business and to gain more money and invest. So I do feel that. So there could be some decisions there that you'll be questioning, but this is all overall in your personal life too. So that is showing up. You may have multiple priorities. Don't bite off more than you can chew. You may have to start budgeting. So I do see that. Your time management is going to be important here and adapting. So balancing off your decisions as well. You could be dealing, I don't know, I'm picking up a Capricorn energy as well. There's a sense of togetherness. Two minds are better than one, okay? This is maybe finding a latent or a passive income on the side. Maybe a second source of income may be coming through as well. So I'm seeing that kind of energy as well here. I do feel here also to be cautious of what you do, speak, and say. Love. This could be even good friendships, get-togethers. There's a sense of communicating with others. There could be some very important agreement that could end some things too. So I do see there's like a little bit of a caution here. Sincerity is going to be important. So speaking your mind, meaning how you do feel in a relationship or in a friendship or something, is going to be better to let off your chest in a diplomatic way instead of dragging on something because you want to smooth things over, because that's just going to build up resentment for later. So I do see that energy. Doing things for in a mutual benefit is going to be important. So creating a bond with relationships, generosity, give from the heart, and giving and receiving needs to be balanced here as well. So I do see that kind of energy. Take care of yourself, take care of others as well. So you have to look at what is going to mutually benefit you in a partner or in a relationship. So that's the thing that I'm seeing here. If it's out of balance, that's going to come definitely into focus for you. Now, I do see you're going to be getting some clarity. Something is going to be more clear to you. I do feel for some of you, you may experience some kind of breakup or a divorce. Okay, so this is coming up. So it's a make it or break it with a relationship. So that is something that I'm seeing here for Sagittarius. That's a make it or break it type of energy. But something will be more clear to you. You're gaining more clarity and insight. All right, so that wraps it up for Sagittarius. Now we are moving on to Capricorn. Capricorn, you have a personal tower here, and you also have many options around you. A lot of thinking, a lot of ideas, a lot of perspectives. So seeing that, you could be overthinking things. The positive thing that I'm seeing here for you is there could be a lot of communications and messages, and these could be also messages, spiritual messages. Sometimes they don't have to be like texts and calls. There can be good news that's coming in, hearing of something you've been waiting for. You could be making some quick, swift changes because of the way you're thinking. You may have some great ideas. Travel is showing up. This is moving forward. You have the go-go to do something, to purge something as well. I do feel for some of you that you will be starting up a new career path or a great financial opportunity. Something you've been manifesting may come to fruition here as well. I feel whatever you're manifesting from this full moon is going to come, give it a few months. Let's say end of September, early October is what I feel. Your manifestation will come to fruition. There is going to be a financial opportunity. You've got new ventures and prosperity. So I do feel that energy. That's looking good. The thing here that I feel is don't be your own worst critic. Okay, this is a new way of communicating, new way of thinking. There could be others around you too that could be giving you maybe a hard time, or maybe you're thinking what other people are saying. So I do feel that kind of energy. There could be a little bit of trouble with a child or someone who is younger than you is what I feel. This also indicates something from maybe your childhood or maybe past when you were younger may resurface too. This could be just in thoughts and trigger. I do feel here that love relationships also are coming into focus. I do feel for some of you maybe fighting back somehow, protecting a cause, protecting what you cherish. You're creating a good defense. For some of you are dealing with court, okay? And this could be a legal battle. So, but there is a regeneration here. So things are starting to regenerate, and there's going to be some kind of ending. So I do feel that energy, but that is kind of your challenge there in caution. I do feel also here, you could be dealing with an air sign is coming up very strongly. There can be some conflicts to resolve, but I'm picking up either an Aquarius, Gemini, or Libra may come definitely into focus. And this could be the challenge, a challenge with a person or someone who exhibits those energies. I do feel this is a time of many options and many changes. Okay. All right. So that's Capricorn. Now we are moving on to Aquarius. Aquarius, there is some negativity, and this could be dealing with also a friendship, a group of people, or love relationship. So I do see that someone's been hurt by you. You feel hurt too. So it kind of goes both ways here. There could be some issues with money, or you're almost there. You're halfway progressing. Maybe you've been saving for something and you're almost halfway there. So I do feel that energy. Now, I do feel here that this is a time of making an important decision, doing things more your way, not listening to what other people say. This is good for business. This is good for also others around you. You may have to sit down and talk to a group of people and take the rein and pull the reins is what I'm feeling here too. This is your perspective also changing. You may rethink something too. Okay, so I do feel that energy there. But you need to take some kind of action. I do see you manifesting things too. This is the beginning of some kind of creative endeavors here that I'm feeling as well. It's as above, so below, okay? Your self-confidence is going to rise. You will be getting more clarity, and your willpower is going to be stronger. So I do feel that energy. Someone may have a question here as Aquarius, and it's a maybe answer. So I do feel it's a maybe. I want to say the challenge here is something should be completing. Something should be an end. And it's almost like with money or where you've been hurt by someone hurt by you. There is that kind of energy. And it's still at that point where you're not ending it. You're kind of dragging it on. Or you're not ready to. This is also some of you wanting to move. Maybe you need to complete a course or something and it's going to be delayed, or you need to redo something. So I do feel that energy. There is also lots of challenges, I have to say, and you're going to be able to break through the challenges. But I do see stubbornness. That is kind of a caution here. So this is also a very healing energy. So these are your warnings here in a way. It's a caution to not be stubborn. Make the first move if you have to. You can overcome some kind of fear. So I do feel that energy. And then you'll be able to commence a new cycle, so to speak. Now, you do have challenges. It is time to make a decision and work on inner healing. That is a strong message for you. And there is a lesson very well learned. You're going to learn through this full moon. Okay. All right. Now we're going to move on to Pisces. Pisces. There is this stop and go of motivation and creativity. So I do see that energy. There is some negativity here too. So I do see a situation or a negative person. So that is showing up. The positive end on here is there is a focus on your home, your family, relationships, and where you stand. It's like, where do you stand? Some of you may be changing up something, officializing something. There could be a change in a contract, a change in, maybe you're changing your name. Maybe you're going to be officializing some documents. So I do feel that kind of energy. This is a time where you have to focus on your domestic issues and make some kind of adjustments there. That's going to help. It's kind of connected to your career. So if your home situation isn't stable, it could affect, your career. So I do feel that kind of energy, or your work, or things like that. But the positivity here is there could be some good news with the family or a home. There is, like, I want to say, little miracles coming through. It's like a wish fulfillment, a prayer has been heard. So you have to have some hope and faith. I do pick up an Aquarius energy may come into play. It's about your power and succeeding. So I do feel that There is a renewal here in spiritual fortune. So I do see that. It is a good omen for it. So I see some kind of a rejuvenation, new beginning, and the hard work that you put in is going to pay off for you. So I do feel that energy. The challenge, I want to say here, or the warning in a way, is moving too quickly. Moving too quickly on something too. Haste makes waste. You may have all these brilliant ideas. You may need to think on your feet quickly, but again, sometimes we need to slow down. There is a fast-moving energy. This could start moving things really quickly, many opportunities, things like that may be happening. But I do feel you're dealing with fate, karma. So something is closing up here. This is also that anything is possible. So be prepared for the unexpected, for good or bad. So I do feel that energy, and looking deeper at what else is there. All right. So I do feel that energy. That is something that it could be an up and down. So this could be quick karma or fate coming through too. Now, I have to say, for some of you, be careful of, there's like a darker negative person. Maybe they want to get you back. Maybe somebody really wants you, likes you, but there's almost like someone could be dabbling into the dark arts, either you or someone. And this is like a love spell, or somebody's like wanting to put some kind of spell on you. That's not for all of you, but some of you could just be spellbound, okay, and not seeing clearly who a person is or the reality in a relationship. So I do feel that energy too. It is also important to be very warned of your surroundings, okay? So there is that energy here as well. But high creativity is definitely showing up here. All right, and that concludes it for Pisces. Now we're going to move on to Aries. Okay, Aries, this is a need to review. It's almost like you're going through some Mercury retrograde type of energy here. So there could be some issues and that needs to be reviewed. So I do feel that energy. Refurbishing love. You do have a tower with your self-worth, earned income, shared resources. So definitely seeing that, and health. So seeing that kind of energy for Aries. What I'm seeing here is something is going to come to an end and you can start over again. It is a time to put back, to get over something that's been wrong, something that didn't go right with you, where you felt hurt or betrayed by someone. That is creating a blockage. So it is time to move forward, okay? So it could be some bittersweet endings that I'm seeing here too, because you do have some energy here that's going to be difficult to make some decisions and weighing out these options. Maybe it's a sense of avoidance or escapism, okay? You feel like you're at a deadlock. Now, I do feel here that you do have to make some kind of important decision to be able to clear that energy and release that blockage to move forward. You could be dealing also with the Libra energies, what I'm picking up here too. All right, so that's what showed up there. I do feel here also that you have this energy of counting your blessings is going to be important. Okay. Be warned of not, being upset and saying, oh, I don't have this, I don't have that. If you're focusing on that, it's going to get worse. So that is like a cautionary thing here too. There's help around you as well. So I do feel that energy. This is a time of spirituality as well. So building good instincts, building good intentions, is going to be important. You need to trust in the universe and trust in yourself and not focus on lack. Okay, so I do feel that because they could be missed opportunities or, I'm seeing that kind of energy. I also pick up a Pisces energy. You may be dealing with a Pisces, and you do have this energy of determination to succeed. So using that is going to be the best course of action for you. Just continue to be determined. Now, like I said, you could be dealing with some kind of electronical issues. I see electricity. This could be also with maybe computer problems and issues. Communications could be off, communication issues. Review everything. It's almost like a personal Mercury retrograde. So it's a review to be able to not have any misunderstandings is what I'm feeling here. Okay. All right. So that's Aries. Now we are moving on to Taurus. Taurus, you got 3 stones. Okay, so home and foundation and spirituality is big. Compassion, love, and a whole new commencing of a cycle here. Taurus, something is starting new for you. Okay, it's wrapping something up, something new is starting up. For a lot of you, the energy here is there's going to be some important financial beginning. There is growth. There can be a new start of a career, a new job. Maybe this could be an offer on a house if you're selling it. So we are seeing that kind of energy. And I do feel here it's beautiful energy. It could be a wish fulfillment. You may be satisfied with this too. So this is also you're focusing on your luxuries. So there's a blessing here as well. So I do feel that. Could be dealing with a Pisces energy as well. So there is some kind of completion coming through and an end to some kind of suffering. So that's definitely showing up and a wish fulfillment. Now, the challenge here is slow and steady wins the race. Okay, maybe there's money or something or that you've been waiting for. It's going to take some time. Okay, it's not coming in as fast as you hoped for. This is a time for you to spiritually self-discipline yourself. So I do feel that. There are challenges to overcome still. Okay. Maybe you feel you're making too many self-sacrifices. You may have to still give up something or clear the way for something to come through. So I do feel that energy as well. Watch your anger, temper. There can be some jealousy that surrounds you as well. And also a form of resentment. Okay, something to clear. Now, I do feel for Taurus, someone has something to tell you. Someone has to tell you something. So there could be a confession coming through too. So there is hearing something or news coming in as well. So that's pretty significant for Taurus. All right, so there's ups and downs here too, okay? But there's a strong healing energy. All right, so that wraps it up for Taurus. Now we're going to move on to Gemini. Okay, Gemini. Home foundation. New way of feeling and thinking is definitely coming through here too. Gemini. So focus also on your health here. All right, so new opportunities may be coming through. What you start now is going to prosper. There can be some significant news that comes in about money, but what I do feel here too is your hard work is going to be important. It's going to pay off, but it's slow and steady wins the race. This may entail a lot more responsibilities as well. Could be dealing with an Aries and a Taurus energy here. You're very productive, but things are slow and steady. So I do feel that energy. It's like you're still building and working on something. I do feel here is a new beginning is starting. And I do feel this could be a new job, a new way of doing a job, a change with a job, a new beginning. But I do feel that there's a reversal of energy, and this could be kind of your challenge. All right, there is a counterbalance here, but enlightenment is going to help you. This can involve some major life changes for some of you. You may be changing your mind, changing your point of view. There is some self-transformation and growth here, though. All right, so something is emerging, something is going to be definitely changing. So you've got some transformation here. It may not be easy. So definitely seeing that energy. It's a strong new beginning. Now, I am feeling here also to watch your health, because some health issues could arise, okay? Or the health of someone else around you too. So it's a good time to focus and take care of your health. All right, so that wraps it up for Gemini. Now we move on to Cancer. Cancer, home, foundation, health, lifestyle adjustments. That's definitely in focus. There's still underlining energies here of you either thinking or fear or negativity. And there is some situations that have been lingering that need to be cleared. You are going to persist. You're going to keep pushing on. You're going to persevere. You're not giving up on your goals. You're doing some inner work. There is a purging and a clearing here. Okay, you're constantly pushing through, so that is looking good. This is also, you're clearing off things that are in your way. You want to emotionally stabilize yourself. Your intuition is strong. Compassion is showing up here. You could be dealing with a Cancer and a Gemini as well. There is a focus on you in following through on what is a good healing method for you and simplifying things. So I do see that you are definitely moving through, but you're reviewing things as well. So I do feel that energy. Now, I do feel here the challenge or something to be cautious about is this could be a person who has, I want to say, is not quite truthful. Okay. This is also where you feel restricted. You feel your progress is restricted, where you are trying to build this good foundation, and it is required. There could be that pressure on you providing somehow, okay? And what must be done before proceeding. So there is that little bit of a caution here, but you've got the ideas. You're taking the reign. All right, so I do feel that energy too. So that's looking good. Now, I do feel here for some of you, this could be a trip. Travel is showing up. You could be making some plans. Okay. So this could be a vacation or some kind of plans are coming up as well. There is a strong energy here to move on. Someone around you is unavailable, whether if this is a love, it's a waste of time, it's over. Or it's dwelling on someone from the past or someone you want to reconnect, or you've been trying to make amends with, or you've been trying to work with this person. You've been kind of like, things have been bugging you, but you're hoping they'll change. Well, to me, it just is saying move on. Something or someone is unavailable. It is a waste of time. It's over. It's time to move forward. So I'm definitely feeling that kind of energy. Okay. And stabilizing work, business, career, home, and making these adjustments. Okay. All right. So that wraps it up for Cancer. Now we are going to move on to Leo. Leo, this could be travel or long distance and being close to water. For some reason, I'm picking up this is also your intuition. Reviewing and looking at the long term is what's showing up here. Okay. This is also making some kind of adjustments. Okay. So definitely persevering, and maybe there's two directions, two paths that may open. Pick the one that is the most clearest, the most, I want to say, the easy, not the easiest path. It's the one that you feel is is the right path for you. Okay, so follow your intuition is what I'm feeling here. I do feel you're going to have to balance your time. This could be with income, second source of income may be coming through. So I do feel that you got a lot of decisions to make. You're making some kind of plans. but you're making progress. You're making decisions. There can't be some kind of discoveries. Some of you may be leaving home to travel or to relocate in another state or overseas. Some of you, this is travel plans definitely that I'm seeing here. Can't be dealing with an Aries energy as well. So I do see that, and pushing forward is going to be very important. You got some choices and decisions to make. Now, I do feel that some of you could be dealing with really some negativity or some kind of sadness. That is kind of a problem here, that you're like bring yourself down, because I do see here you need to connect more to your own wisdom, spiritual wisdom. You have more spiritual strength than what you think. The tree of life is what I'm picking up here. So things are kind of sprouting, so it takes time as well. I do see here also developing stronger and inner strength. So this is emotionally kind of picking yourself up. So there can be, things can be okay, and then you're just kind of not happy with some situations. There is a strong need for Leo to let go. Okay, make room for the new beginning on its way to you now. So that is a strong message for you too. And I do see you're going to be moving forward, and pushing forward is going to be important, and you're going to leave something that has upset you definitely behind. It's over and done with, and you're going to be moving forward. So there is that conclusion there. Okay. Be careful of being overly defensive somehow as well. So I do feel that energy too. Okay. All right. That concludes it for Leo. Now we are going to move on to Virgo. Virgo, okay, slow and steady wins the race, making adjustments. It's not the easiest road ahead. Some of you dealing with some kind of either karma, but remember, the rewards come in after you put your hard work in, is what I'm seeing here. I do see some negativity and a negative cycle is still occurring here, or there could be some blockages. What I do feel here, overall, this moon should bring you some kind of wish fulfillment. Okay, I do see happiness, and it's a choice, but this is usually a wish fulfillment. But everything in moderation is going to be important. I do feel you still have luck on your side. You are dealing with karma, and these are life cycles. Destiny is at play here, but you're coming to a strong turning point. Change is inevitable. This is an inevitable fate too. You do have some ups and downs. There's a sense of unpredictability here. Expect the unexpected. I want to say there is a turn of events here. All right. There is a return to the beginning. It's like something kind of spins to a new beginning, but it's at a higher level in your spiral of life, in your whatever it turns around, this turning point, it's at a higher level now. So it's either asking you to start something new, but in a higher sense, or not something smaller. Like, okay, for example, just say you've been on a diet and your goal was always 2 pounds, whatever. You kind of complete that, and now you're starting over again. Now you have to kind of it's asking you to make a little bit more of a end goal, like of 5 pounds or something. You know what I mean? I'm just giving you some kind of example here. All right, so that's good. There's a wish fulfillment here. I do like that energy. I do see you need to stay out of your head. Okay, there is a sense here that you're a little bit too conservative, a little bit also holding onto energy a little bit too tightly. You're not very giving now because you're kind of fearful of breaking off what you built up for. Okay, so I do feel that. Now, there can be some challenges with inheritance. This could be dealing with property. Maybe you feel it's a birthright or something. So there's something, whether you know it or not, it could be happening behind the scenes. But there could be some problem with inheritance, okay? So I do feel that some of you want to be breaking up some kind of family traditions. So yeah, so there could be something there about inheritance that could be talked about. Maybe you hear about it, maybe you don't, but I do see that kind of energy showing up, okay? I also see here positive thinking is your goal. You're going to be thinking more positively, but positive thinking is your what's going to get you through any obstacles too. Now, there is something here that someone is still kind of trying to figure themselves out. And this could be about your primal energy, or a relationship, or you're just trying to figure out who you are. This could be an identity crisis. So I do see that kind of energy as well. So there is some kind of maybe even sexual changes for some Virgos. Okay, so definitely seeing that. All right, so that wraps it up for Virgo. Now we move on to Libra. Libra, only one stone wanted to come out for you, but it's a powerful one. This is wish fulfillment. This is everything you want and desire. It's there before you. It is on the side, which indicates success, victory in that, but in climbing the ladder. But again, there's a lot of revision here too, and it's on the side, so things take time. What I do feel here, manifesting is big. Okay, communication is big. I do feel some of you may be thinking of, they could be ignited passion, and this could be to move. Some of you, this is going to be a full-blown residential move, or you just want to remodel, redecorate, update some things too. For some of you, this is definitely like a passionate interest. This is being open to broaden your horizons, new people, new situations, but you're reviewing things. Okay, you got some choices and decisions to make. You're reviewing things here. There's a long-term review here. Some of you are like going to be looking at, okay, I worked really hard for this. Do I need to persevere more? What should I do? But where am I investing in the future? But there is some money coming in too. You could be dealing with a Taurus energy. So you're going to kind of start regaining some kind of control of things that maybe were out of balance and out of control, or you let kind of slide, or someone else was kind of making a decision or choices for you, or handling something for you. So this is now taking the reins, and your responsibilities are coming through. Maybe there's some secrets or something that is mystical that you're trying to kind of figure out here as well. I do feel the only kind of warning here is watch your health and well-being. There is a sense of a recovery and retreat, okay, and rethinking some things, because I do feel here there is some hidden facts that you still do not know about. Things will be revealed. You have taking a leap of faith, getting out of your comfort zone, and trusting your intuition is going to be very important. It's like roll that dice, take a chance, okay? So I do see that energy, okay? I do feel strong manifestation is here for you too, but it is important to tell the universe exactly in words what you want, okay? Because you can manifest for good or bad here. And some of you can see a quick turnaround in your manifestations as well, okay? So that wraps it up for Libra. Now we move on to Scorpio. Scorpio, you've got some adjustments to make, and this is closing up some kind of cycle. This could be also worries about finances. Am I going to have enough? Am I good enough? So there can be some changes there too. So definitely seeing that. All right. Scorpio. There is going to be some kind of celebration. Social gathering, connecting with friendships. So I do feel that with friends, you benefit from others as well. So I do feel that energy. The only thing is you may be also, you may be dreaming a lot, okay, for some of you, but you're going to have to follow your intuition. You've got some fears. These are subconscious fears to get, to try to relieve. Be careful of anxiety. So yeah, and I do feel here there is a completion, and you may be fearful about it. You could be dealing with a Pisces as well energy. These are unforeseen challenges, or these are challenges that you kind of make that you're just letting it you're letting it grow in your head. Okay, so I am seeing that energy. For some of you, you could have some strong premonitions. There is some secrecy here, and not everything is still revealed, so don't assume anything either, but there is some kind of celebration. I do see what is kind of a problem here is have faith things are going to work out, okay? This is money worries or feeling a lack of, but you have some blessings coming in. This is a time of rebirth, and it could be uncomfortable. All right. So this is the time to plant the seeds, and they're going to grow. There is some kind of change and adjustment here. All right. Nurturing your growth is going to be very, very important. Now, I do see some of you maybe traveling. Maybe you're going to be getting married. This could be some of you, you elope, and I see a honeymoon phase. Now, you could be starting to date, and it is a honeymoon phase. Okay, so, let's slow it down a little. For some of you may travel, or you may be attending some kind of event or a wedding. So I do feel that energy too. Scorpio, you need to relax and need to take time for yourself to recharge. That's going to be important as well, definitely. And not overthink things, because you're building upon your creativity. You're just making some adjustments as well. All right, so that wraps it up for the full moon in Sagittarius on June 3rd. The timestamp should be below in the description box. Have a wonderful full moon, everybody. Bye-bye.